Warning, you are about to see a review of one of the worst movies on Netflix. And just so you know, there is a lot of foul language and random pop culture references. Extra special warning! Our hosts do no research in preparation for these movies. They are just two cynical experts in bad film. They think just because they have 10 years of bad TV under their belts, they are qualified to review these horrible movies.
It must be Tuesday and this cannot be happening. It's another Asylum film here on one of the worst movies on Netflix. And this craptastic Asylum film just so happens to be Abe Lincoln versus zombies. And no, it's not related to that other Abe Lincoln movie that just came out.
No, not at all.
They decided they wanted to cash in on the hype of that movie coming out, so they made this craptastic direct-to-video piece of dung.
It looks like they did it really quickly.
At the beginning, there's a Civil War battle. You would think with a movie like this, they'd have, like five guys on each side?
No budget.
There's a surprising amount of reenactors in this movie. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think their whole budget went for reenactors because there's like a crap ton of reenactors.
Very
and it all goes downhill after those reenactors.
Oh yeah, roller coaster style.
So it's that time of weekend. It's Popsinopolis time. I mean, plot synopsis time. And the plot of this one is not awesome.
That's the whole plot. Not awesome.
So Abe Lincoln, as a child, in his log cabin, hears a ruckus upstairs, goes upstairs, finds his father, which tried to kill himself, and his mother chained up to a bed.
Oh, Linda Blair, like,
let Jesus fuck you.
Let Jesus fuck you.
So Abe Lincoln's father's dying on the floor, and he's like, Abe, kill your mother. So Abe goes over, chippity chop, kills mom.
Yep.
So years later, Abe is president of these grand United States.
Mm-hmm.
And the same virus or whatever comes back in the Confederate Army, and zombies appear, and guess who must stop them?
Abe Lincoln.
Zombie hunter.
Zombie hunter. So Abe takes a couple valiant men who are willing to follow him into the depths of wherever, basically on this railroad.
Some fort. Or, yeah.
Basically walk down this railroad. He stops once in a while and goes,
On worst movies on Netflix, we're used to like poor quality acting and bad acting, but this movie had local
theater access type fucking.
That's it, local theater actor. I mean, They were all super stiff. They were all trying to like they were on the stage. They're all talking like, what's that word when there's like
project your words,
and they're all talking like this.
Yes, Abraham Lincoln, what is your desire?
But then Abe Lincoln would start talking, and that's Bert's favorite part.
Oh, I love Lincoln talking. He was like, this guy had the worst lisp in history. And not only that, even if you turn the fucking volume up on your TV, you still couldn't hear the bastard.
I was just gonna say that. We had this movie cranked way up, and it'd be explosions, boom! Because the sound effects in this movie were surprisingly good as well.
Oh, yes.
But there was boom, and this, that, people screaming, and then you'd hear Abe Lincoln come up. 7 movies ago, these two losers came up with an idea and put it on YouTube.
Fuck you, Abe Lincoln. Fuck you and your wife. I hated that bitch. My God, I loved his wife in this movie. She was definitely from Minnesota.
No, Mr. Lincoln.
No, Mr. Lincoln, no. And she was in the background. She had the most annoying voice fucking ever. She was like, I want to look good for you, Mr. Lincoln. I'm like, why are you calling him Mr. Lincoln? It's your fucking husband.
And not only did he have his wife, he had a whore. She was an actual prostitute. He had this whore girlfriend.
Lincoln had a whore?
Yes.
Oh, yes, he did.
Because this movie's teaching me everything I need to know about Abe Lincoln.
Mm-hmm. That he was a big douchebag.
History's coming alive here on Worst Movies on Netflix today.
Oh yeah, the raping of history.
Just love how pop culture nowadays just loves to rape Abraham Lincoln.
Lincoln, I mean, like, dude, rape Washington once in a while. How about Adams? How about Jefferson? Rape one of those guys. Poor Abe Lincoln gets his asshole plugged.
This movie raped Teddy Roosevelt because they had Teddy Roosevelt as a little kid in this movie.
Yeah,
and Abe Lincoln gave him the big stick line. I have a question for you.
Sure thing.
Are these fucking fast zombies or not?
Fuck no. These are the slowest.
No, but
on
the one in the beginning ran.
The one in the beginning was like, he ran fast, but the rest of them, they're all on like.
But the first
Valium.
one ran fast, so if the first one runs fast, shouldn't the other ones run fast?
I suppose so.
But they don't.
Maybe he was fresh dead.
They just stand there. And if you walk quietly, they'll just still stay there.
These zombies are the slowest zombies on the fucking planet.
They don't move, they just stand there.
Yeah, supposedly they sleep standing up, I guess. Brains.
So yeah, they walk in these railroad tracks for a while and then end up at some fort. Where they find a hiding General Stonewall Jackson.
General Stonewall Heroin Jackson, because this guy looked like he was knee-deep in heroin.
So they capture Stonewall Jackson and his Confederate troops. And a whole bunch of movie happens, and I don't really care.
General Jackson looks at him like this all the time.
More movie happens, more looks like that. More movie happens, there's a lot of walking through the woods and chopping of zombies. More movie happens.
More chopping of zombies. More terrible fucking local theater access.
Actors.
Basically, John Wilkes Booth was working with the president.
He was a spy in his Secret Service because he was planning on kidnapping and assassinating Lincoln.
Yeah, and at one point in the movie, as far as I remember, Lincoln's sitting there praying like, and fucking Booth comes up behind him with the knife and then changes his mind.
But then later on goes and has a drink with a Confederate zombie and tells his whole entire plan to this Confederate zombie and almost gets his ass eaten.
Yeah, but he's right in the zombie's face.
And then he takes the zombie's handcuffs off, doesn't he? Oh, you don't need these, brother. Fight the war with me, brother. And then, but John Wilkes Booth gets away. And that's the last you see him for a while. And just like the other Abe Lincoln movie that just came out, they wanted to do the whole slow-mo, martial arty, flippity floppity fluke, but they failed miserably because Abe Lincoln sure wasn't doing nothing athletic. They were showing him running through the woods in slow-mo a lot, but he was just running with his collapsible sickle.
And have you seen this guy? He's the most out-of-shape man in the planet. You know, he ain't doing shit as far as, like, gymnastics go.
Well, whenever they did try to do gymnastics, this dude was all flippity-flopping in some kind of graveyard or whatever, and flopped onto his back. He was like, blah!
Abe Lincoln, martial arts star.
This movie has reinstated my hate for CG fucking blood. Why can't they just fucking slap a fucking blood pack on somebody? Pow! No. CG blood, pew. Nobody wants to dirty their clothes to make movies anymore.
Yeah, Tom Savini's rolling in his grave and that fucker ain't dead yet.
He should be.
Wow! Holy fuck!
And then what would make any Southerner roll in his grave is Stonewall Jackson joins forces with Abe Lincoln to kill the zombies.
And now you know right now some Ku Klux Klan member just hung himself. For the South!
So, blah, 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 more movie, blah, 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 blah. To kill the zombies, they pack this little teeny tiny room inside of this fort with gunpowder. I mean, so much gunpowder that only about 6 zombies could fit into this little room.
Meanwhile, there's supposed to be hundreds of them.
And at any one point, all you can see is 5 at a time.
Yeah.
They light this fuse, zombies stomp on the fuse and put it out. So, General Stonewall Heroin Jackson decides that he will light the fuse for the president.
I will do it for you, Mr. President, after I get it fixed.
And then he goes down, pushes by like 20 zombies, doesn't get attacked, doesn't nothing, just pushes by like he's at a concert.
Right through 'em. Like, excuse me, pardon me, I like this.
So he lights the fuse, and then he starts getting attacked. The whole entire fort blows up for some reason. They just had gunpowder in one room, but the whole entire fort blows up. Abe Lincoln zip lines
Batman
to safety.
style. He's zip lined Batman style, like with some other douche.
And then realizes that his whore has been affected because she gets sprayed in the face with zombie blood and then licks it. She's like, nah.
Yeah, like an idiot. Not Abe Lincoln's whore.
So the zombies are supposedly all gone.
Yeah.
Abe Lincoln walks to this barn, knocks on a door. Some dude in a tuxedo, nowadays tuxedo shirt, comes to the door and he says, "Has your cruiser yet?" And the guy says no, blah, 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 what the fuck ever. He goes inside the barn and there is Abe Lincoln's zombie whore. The whore that he had this whole entire movie. Chained up, Abe Lincoln's all caressing her and speaking to her in some kind of for an Abe Lincoln language that we cannot understand.
Yeah.
Let me wash you. So at one point he takes off her handcuffs like a fucking moron, and
He wanted a zombie hand job.
so she digs her nails into his arm, and guess what? Abe Lincoln's infected.
Oh no, not Abe. I mean, you cared about this character so much.
So he makes a plan after being infected. He knows John Wilkes Booth was going to kidnap and kill him. So being infected, he writes a letter to John Wilkes Booth and sends it away with this dude.
Sir John Juice Bush. She's killed me. It's for course she's her. I'm not. John Boy couldn't read the letter.
So the dude takes the letter to John Wilkes Booth. He gets it, acts stiffly while getting it. Guess who we got here now, fellers?
Our luck is changed, fellers.
So supposedly that was a letter saying, "Come shoot me in the head. I'm going to be at Ford's Theater."
P.S. Shoot my wife because she's annoying as fuck.
So at the end of this movie, you don't even get to see the satisfaction of John Wilkes Booth killing Zombie Lincoln. You just get to see Abe looking all sickly, even though the dude that played Abe looked all sickly anyway.
Yeah.
You just see him and his wife walking away.
Good for you, Mr. Lincoln.
And that was the end of this movie.
Credits roll. Fuck you in the face.
Fuck you, Asylum. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
So that's it for Abe Lincoln versus Zombies.
Oh, thank Christ.
Next week we're going to do 1958's High School Hellcats.
High School Hellcats.
Almost sounds like a Ramones song.
No.
So anyway, for Gutter here, this has been another one of the worst movies on Netflix.
Stop raping Abe Lincoln.
Because what you people don't know, we just reshot Fairly Illegal and Abe Lincoln because Bird wasn't satisfied because Gutter was the personality of it. Bird wanted to be the personality of it. Bird has to be the center of attention.
I did it because I was just mummified the whole time. I was like this.
You're just mad because I'm better than you at this.
Oh yeah. Just because you write it down and they go and then turn to me and go, give me your fucking review.
See, I could do it without you. I'll just put a stuffed animal here.
I'm just here waiting for you to yell at me at the end. Like, so what's your fucking review? Like,
yeah, I can just put a stuffed animal right there. Just so I can do it with that.
give me your fucking review. And he's just like,
It's Gutter and Mr. Twinkles. Here for worst movies on Netflix.
Twinkles.
Yay! It's plot synopsis time again. Yay!
Oh, lay on them, bro.
No, I thought you were doing it.
We're gonna make a movie today. Allow me to do more Italian stereotypes.
This movie must not have had. This movie must not have.
The fucking chef. You're like. The zombies move slower than old people fuck. You know old people fuck, don't you?
I'm an old person, so.
You ain't that old.
So basically, seems like they raped our historical landmarks as well. Because it seems like all of this movie was filmed at Fort this or something that.
Something that. Hey, look, well, our description does say we don't fucking play a dick.
And at one point, Abe Lincoln ducks bullets.
Matrix. Oh, wait. Hold on, I gotta piss. Too many 2-year-old beers.
Too many tears. I'm gonna piss. I drink too many tears.
Yeah, I take tears.
So welcome to one of the worst movies I did. So while Bird's pissing, and Abe's like, come on, dancing monkey, put your cigarette out and fucking dance for the camera.
Yeah, you know Lincoln's rolling in his grave right now. Stop making movies about me, you fucks!
I live in America. Now I'm dead. Blah, blah, blah.
I love Coke.
The car Williams love Coke or something?
Love Coke and heroin.
Reby James Brown. Just like 2 Asylum films ago that we watched, this one has some craptastic CG. Like the 1800s version of DC is almost on par with the cave from Nazis at the Center of the Earth.
Terrible.
It's awful.
Oh, yes.
So that... Did you just fucking some weird noise come out of
No,
your like?
That's my alien. Yeah. Fucking Cully bus sucked today.
You know what? We hate video game prices.
Oh.
You know what? We spend $300 to $500 on your fucking console. You don't get to talk to her on this one. This one's mine. All right? So we spend all that money on your fucking console, and then how much is a game? $20? No, fuck you. It's $60 plus tax. $60 $5 for a motherfucking game. Fuck you. The game may even only be 2 hours long, 8 hours long. I want my fucking $70 worth of fucking money. Ah!